Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Lance Campo. I'm with the marketing team here at Clean Air Industries. I had the pleasure of meeting a few of you a few weeks ago in Nashville. So I'd like to thank you for taking the time to come meet with us today for our webinar titled Clean Air Unleashed, the Fume Dog Advantage. Fume Dog. So what does that mean? A little bit of a background. For the last year or so, Clean Air Industries has been doing a series of webinars hosted for different topics related to the air filtration industry, mostly for manufacturing. Topics like safety and regulatory compliance, and showcasing different products and services that we're offering. Fume Dog is one of the company's most recent brand acquisitions, and they offer a comprehensive series of products for welding fume extraction. These are smaller, sort of plug-and-play styled units positioned close to a welder, as opposed to a sort of a large central system with engineering and ductwork. These are a little bit more, like as I said, a bit smaller. So to put it very simply, if you're welding, you're making a lot of smoke. That smoke is right in your face, and you need equipment to sort of draw that smoke out of your breathing zone, to put it in the most simple way. And Fume Dog has several different models that solve that particular problem. As a marketer, I really love the Fume Dog brand for a couple of reasons. It's a product that performs really well. It's a simple design. It's a good-looking piece of equipment, and it holds up. It's a tough piece of equipment, made with steel, made in America. And these are important features if you're out there talking to welders. These are people who work with their hands all day long. They know a good piece of equipment when they see it, when they touch it, when they use it, and they like equipment that reflects how they work. They work hard, they work tough, they work like a dog, essentially, the Fume Dog sort of mantra. So to help us discover these Fume Dog products, today we have special guests, Jesse Calvert and Jeremy Hardy, who are going to be walking you through each of the different products and some of the applications that are typically used with Fume Dog equipment. So I'd like to welcome you guys. How are you today?
We are doing great. I want to thank everybody for spending some time with us. I'm Jeremy Hardy. I'm over the product of Fume Dog and the educational sales here at Clean Air Industries. If you want to go to the next slide there, Jesse. And we do appreciate your time. We're respectful of your time. And that's me. I'm the guy, by the way. I'm the one without hair. Jesse is the one with hair. Just in case you get us confused. So we're here to help you. We're here to kind of get the ball rolling. If you guys need help in talking to potential end users on solutions on how these products will fit their needs, that's what we're here for. Next slide, please. So, like you said, Fume Dog was established in 2020. It doesn't seem like it's been that long ago, but it is. And the previous owner, Joey Matson, actually worked for Clean Air for 20 years before he started the company. We bought the company back. And guess what? He is now the VP of our manufacturing side now. So he's the assistant production manager in our shop again. So it's good to have him back, even though he really never left. And we were always the manufacturing partner with Fume Dog, but now they're under our umbrella as Clean Air Industries, and we're happy to have them aboard. And we expect great things. Like I said, we've made a big impact in the industry in a short amount of time. And we do about 80 units a month. That's actually probably a low number on a month. We do a lot more than that, probably closer to the 125, 130, even 150 number. We love our customers, and our customers love our product. Jessie is a great point of contact. She has been doing this since Fume Dog began, and has years of experience working with distribution partners, working with end users, designing welding labs for schools, helping everybody do the small things well in order to make a large impact. So with that being said, I'm going to hand it over to Jesse. so she can then kind of walk us through the products that we have in our Fume Dog line. And once again, any questions that you may have, feel free to use the question and answer, and we'll get to those offline and answer whatever questions you may have. So I'll give the floor to Jesse.
All right, let's see if I can. All right, hey guys, I'm Jesse Calvert. I have been with Fume Dog since 2022. That's also when I came into the industry. I tell you that because I came from a completely different background, and not to say that it wasn't a learning curve, but Fume Dog was a really great fume extraction system to start with. If you're new to the industry, this is, like Lance said, very much a plug and play type system. This is our Fume Dog portable unit. It's our original unit that we came up with and designed. It's 1200 CFM, a true nominal 1200 CFM. It comes with a 7-foot fume arm. We have longer fume arm upgrades available. We do a 10-foot. We have a 14-foot. We don't like to do that often. It kind of makes the unit a little top heavy, but sometimes we do understand that's necessary and that is an option. Something that made this really cool and different in the industry when we brought it out was the fact that you could take this, that where it says Fume Dog, where the Fume Dog is cut out on the side of the unit, that's actually an integrated wall mount bracket. You can take that off of the unit, bolt it onto the wall or whatever kind of structure you're going to be using, flip this thing upside down, convert the fume arm, and then you have a wall mounted unit. So that's something that sets us apart, I believe, from anybody. We use a completely different system than a pulse system that's really common in the industry. There is a quick connect on the front end of the unit, and you can probably see it here in this picture. You basically just hook up your compressed air to that connect. You kind of move the cleaning one back and forth in the unit, and it gives you a continuous air stream that blows that filter out. And then once everything settles, you just empty out the dust tray. Standard filter is a MER 15 nanofiber filter. We do have HEPA upgrades for those stainless applications. We normally, what also sets us aside in the industry is the fact that our lead times on these, especially for 1 to 2 units, is normally, we say 24 to 48 hours, but the bigger we get as a company, sometimes it takes up to 3 or 4 days for us to get these units actually off the floor. But it still is something that we're really proud of. Next, we have our Fume Pup. We released this one about 1.5 years ago, maybe 2 years now. This unit is very small compared to our other one I just showed you. That unit weighs about 300 pounds and is about 4 foot long, 2 foot wide. This little guy weighs about 40 pounds. It actually fits in the back of my Honda Civic, and I carry it around with me if I go visit distributors or a customer. So that fume arm that you see is only about 3 foot long. We can't do it any bigger than that, any longer than that. But you're also able to lay it on its side, as you see in this slide down below. It actually comes with some little rubber feet, and you can situate it on some sort of shelf and actually have that fume arm coming down to your workstation. So I see a lot of really cool setups like that. This unit has a spark baffle filter in the top level, a MERV 11 pre-filter, and then you have that MERV 14 main filter. And it also, this is the only product that we offer that has an adjustable CFM. So you do have a little knob down on the bottom of the extraction unit where you can control that airflow. This thing is really, really quiet. And like I said, it's super easy to carry with you and roll around. Next, we have our Bulldog. Between our large portable unit and this unit, these are our top sellers. I want to say that we do these about equally, probably about 50 to 80 of each. About 50 to 80 of each per month, like Jeremy said. This is the second item that we came up with in our product line after our portable unit. We have a couple different options here. Probably to your left, the Bulldog Flex. Let's see. On this slide, it kind of shows it a little bit better. So the first item that you see is our Bulldog filtered unit, and this is our Flex fume arm. This model is filtered, same filter as our portable unit. We basically took the guts out of that big portable and put them in a wall-mounted unit. So it's a little bit lighter, a little bit smaller, and it does not take up any of your floor space. We have a couple of different arm options here. As I mentioned, you've got your flex arm, which is something that we kind of came up with about 2 years ago. It's basically just a piece of flex hose cut to your desired length. We can do up to 20 foot, but we do like to keep it kind of standard with the other fume arms, 7, 10, and 14 feet. It basically has very strong magnets on the backside of that lightweight aluminum hood. And I'll show you a clip later on and why we came up with this model and how it can be beneficial in our welding booths. But the other models are the same exact performance-wise. You have the Bulldog filter, which has the standard fume arm, and then you have our Bulldog exhaust unit, and this comes with the standard fume arm or the flex arm as well. These have the 10-foot and the 14 fume arm upgrades available. And as you can see, one cool thing about these units is actually if you were to start out with a filtered model and you decided that you didn't want to keep up with the filter maintenance, you can actually remove that filter and filter housing and you can turn it into the exhaust model. You can kind of see in this third photo that piece of ducting and that elbow that attaches, that's the setup that you could turn it into, and vice versa if you started out with the Bulldog exhaust unit. We do have a stand that's available for these units too. I think that's shown in my next slide. This is just a little bit more about the Bulldog Flex arm that we have. You can buy these Bulldog Flex arms with these units, or you can also buy them individually and hook them into an existing system that you already have.
Also, you can buy any of these arms independent of the unit.
Yes, you can.
If you just need the arms, we can just supply the arms.
Yes, you can. And like I mentioned, this is our Bulldog stand. We make these in a couple different heights. We started out with an 8-foot as our standard. We do 9-foot and 10-foot stands now as well. If you needed something bigger, I'm not sure why you would, but we could do that as well. This is basically if you're working in an area and you're not close enough to the wall for you to mount this Bulldog, you could buy one of these stands and just floor mount it and get it close to where you need it to be. It's just a short video that we did kind of showing you exactly how this Bulldog would be mounted on a stand close to your welder's workstation. These pull fumes about 1 to 2 feet away from where you're welding, so it's not directly in your face. That 1200 CFM really gives you enough suction, so it's not going to be aggravating for you to have in your work area, because your welders are not going to use them if they're just a pain to have. Our downdraft table, the one on the left that you see is our standard DDT. This is really great for grinding applications. Those sidewalls that you see on the top half of the unit, they actually open up. They are hinged and they open up. So if you're working on something larger that's not going to fit inside that enclosed space, you could just open it up and really have a lot more room. The sidewalls really they're really good for grinding. They keep everything kind of contained inside of the unit. It does come with a little tool shelf down on the bottom, and you can buy this downdraft table. We call it a 3-in-1, where you could basically just buy the table that already comes with the portable extraction unit underneath, but it would also come with the attachment to remove that portable out from underneath the downdraft table, put on a different adapter for the fume arm, and just bolt your fume arm, and you would also have your portable unit to use around the shop and have a work table available as well. The second table that we have is going to be, let's see, it disappeared. This is going to be our Fume Dog Platen table. So a lot of you guys know these as an acorn style downdraft table or a jig table. These holes allow you to get different jigs and put them on the side, C-clamps, biases, anything like that. The tabletops are very, very heavy and super heavy duty. This is the biggest product that we have, and we joke and say that you could probably put a small car on top of this thing and it would hold it. So like the description says, it accommodates third-party 5/8 or 16mm clamps and toolings. We do not provide those toolings, unfortunately, but they are easily found pretty much anywhere online. I'm sure a lot of our distributors that are on here right now could source those jigs pretty easily. Next, we have our welding booths. I don't want to put my foot in my mouth here, but I believe that I can safely say that our welding booths are some of the strongest in the industry. We do use 12-gauge steel. We have a video on our YouTube that is actually pretty cool. You can go and see it. We have one of our guys in the plant take a sledgehammer to one of the panels to see if it would put a dent in it, and you can't even tell that he hit it with a sledgehammer. We pair these with our Bulldog units that you've seen in my previous slides. And here you can see the Bulldog flex arms on the first two pictures. And you can see how much more room you have inside of these booths than you would with that standard fume arm. These normally come in 5x5s. That is standard. We try to keep as many panels as possible in stock of the 5x5s, but they're also available in a couple different sizes. Lance, if you want to go to the next one. Here, this just kind of goes over some of the things I've already talked about. We have several different accessories that we can use with our welding booths. We have basic little J-hooks, work light, a bolt together table that sits in the back of the booth. We also have some basic little weld tables if you need those. One program that I really think is beneficial for me and my customers is if you look at this bottom slide, there is actually like a 3D layout here. This is a layout that I built in a program that we use. I went and visited a college up in Pennsylvania, actually, and they gave me the dimensions of the room, and this is what the windows looked like at the school. And this is some of the product that they ended up buying from us. So if you have an idea and you want to give us a room layout, or even if you want to give us just an idea of where you want your booth to be, we can actually go into this program and build your lab from the ground up and do a 3D walkthrough and tour and photos and kind of give you a really good visual on what your lab would look like when we were finished. The welding booths are really great, obviously, for the educational and any kind of training facilities that you would see. We can pair these with a centralized system that Clean Air offers, but this is, focused on the Fume Dog system. So what you see here would be just our fume arm bracket that we have, like Jeremy mentioned. You do not have to use our fume arms on our extraction units. You can actually buy those separately. So let's say, I would say that our welding booths and our Fume Dog systems are great for a smaller welding lab for anywhere up to 1 to 30 booths or so. When you kind of get past that, you may not want to go through changing those filters on individual units every probably 6 months to a year is what we see a filter life in an educational facility. So you may just want to do the booths with this fume arm bracket that you see here, and then tie those fume arms into a bigger collection system that Clean Air would offer. This is actually a photo from one of our earlier jobs as a company. I want to say this is actually the plumbers and the pipe fitters out in Kansas. They have been a really great customer of ours, and they're always a really good reference. That is one thing to note too. I have a really great group of customers that are more than happy to jump on the phone if you guys have an educational facility or somebody that's working on a bigger project and wants to see some of the Fume Dog equipment installed somewhere. I can probably talk to one of my guys and get them out there to visit and see it in use and see what it looks like out in the field.
Just wanted to mention, Jesse, that we position this equipment mostly as plug and play, but as you can see by this photo, that it can be expanded. So if a facility is planning to build and they want to slowly invest in a system and not have to make a major capital expense, you can build with the Fume Dog system.
Absolutely. This customer here actually kept their own booth, and I see that all the time. So they kept their welding booths, and they don't even have our mounting brackets here. It looks like they built some mounting brackets out of some unistrut. So I've got a lot of really great photos that I get back from my customers. So it's cool to see what everybody does differently. Just to wrap it up, I know I've probably got a lot of distributors here and also a lot of end users. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, I know we're not doing live question and answers right now because of the amount of people that are on here, but feel free to reach out to us. We get a lot of questions from our distributors about us being an e-commerce business and the fact that we do kind of still sell to the end users a lot. So if you have questions about why it would be beneficial for you to work with us or what your pricing would look like, please don't hesitate to ask. Jeremy and I would be your points of contacts for anything like that. Or if you already have a Clean Air representative that you work with and you want to reach out to them, by all means do so, because one of us will get you to the right person and answer any questions that you have.
There we go. Yeah, that's great. Just to remind everybody, if you still have the opportunity to post a question in the question and answer function, and we'll see that question right away, and that'll give us an opportunity to get back to you as soon as we can. Did you want to add anything else, Jeremy? Because we got through this a lot quicker than we normally do, but that's a good thing, I suppose.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just want to thank everybody for their time being on here. Jesse did a great job of explaining what we can do, what the products do. Don't hesitate to reach out to us if you don't know what needs to be the solution in an environment. We obviously this is what we do. We can help you with that. If you don't know how to approach maybe to get in with a customer or a potential end user, let us know that too. You know, we're here to help. We're here to assist. We're here to grow not only our business but your business as well. And we always answer our phone. The great thing about us is if you're calling in, you're going to get a person. You're not going to get a some automated message from somebody. It'll get funneled to us, and we always like to talk to you. And no matter what time of day, Saturday, Sunday, whenever you got a question, we're happy to help.
Yep, I will answer a phone call on the beach if I'm on vacation if necessary. So, like Jeremy said, don't ever hesitate to reach out.
I'd just like to remind everybody that obviously Clean Air Industries is a group of brands, companies, products, and services all under the Clean Air Industries heading. To remind you to check out our full catalog at our website as well. If there's other larger scale projects that you're looking at, we can definitely help with that as well. Also to remind everybody that we're going to be doing another webinar in April 8th. So you'll be getting a follow-up message from us after this one to remind you to come check that out. We're going to be taking a closer look at installation services and maintenance and how that can be, you can leverage our company to help with that. So I'd like to thank Jesse and Jeremy for coming out today and sharing their information about Fume Dog, and for all of our people that have come to visit us. Reach out, ask your questions, and we'd be happy to help you, and really appreciate you coming to visit us today. Thank you very much, and we'll see you guys in the future. Everybody, all set?
Bye, guys.
Cheers.